21st century skills. Traditionally, education with its focus on developing literary skills of students has focused on the three R's, such as reading, writing, and arithmetic. These are the foundational literacy skills necessary for academic success, personal and professional growth, and basic social functioning in society. While these skills are still important, the rapid advancement of technology and the use of technology tools in everyday lives has transformed the landscape of our everyday lives and brought us to the fore the need to develop skills essential to succeed in the modern digitally driven world. As a result, there is an increasing recognition that the three R's alone are insufficient to prepare students for the demand of the 21st century workplace and society. The focus of education has now shifted from the three R's to four C's, which are critical thinking, creativity, collaboration, and communication. These skills are essential for students to succeed in a world where reading and writing are mediated via technology tools and connections are transacted through digital media. These changes require users to navigate an environment where knowledge is continuously evolving, think critically, solve complex problems, work in collaboration with others, and communicate their ideas clearly and persuasively. Our students must be taught the four C's so they develop the ability to adapt, innovate, collaborate, and create. Recognizing the importance of these skills, several global education bodies and initiatives have advocated for the integration of the four C's into educational system. For example, the Partnership for 21st Century Learning P21, the International Society for Technology in Education ISTE, the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development OECD, UNESCO's Education 2030 Framework for Action, and most recently, the National Education Policy 2020, as well as the National Curriculum Framework for School Education 2023, all advocate for an education that equips learners with the skills of critical thinking, creativity, communication, and collaboration for sustainable and inclusive development of all societies. Let us look at the four C's in detail. Number one, critical thinking is the ability to analyze, evaluate, and synthesize information to develop informed opinion and reasoned decisions. It empowers students with an inquisitive mindset that encourages continuous learning, independent thinking, and adaptability. Such students are capable of making informed decisions basing on what is available, identify gaps in information, find additional information, and solve problems using logical reasoning. Creativity is the ability to generate new ideas and is key to developing unique solutions to solve complex problems. Creativity is also a word used to denote the ability to think outside the box and innovate. Open mindedness, a risk taking attitude, ability to tolerate failure are all essential to nurture creativity. It not only enhances personal expressions and artistic endeavors but also drives productivity, economic growth, and sustainable development in industries such as design, marketing, and technology development. In classroom contexts, both critical thinking and creativity can be best developed through teamwork. This brings us to the last two C's. The third C is collaboration. Working effectively with others, both in person and virtually, is vital in a globalized economy that succeeds on teamwork and creation of shared knowledge. Collaboration is therefore a skill that we need to equip our students if they are to succeed in the 21st century workplace. Collaboration is working effectively with others towards a common goal. Through collaboration, students also learn to communicate effectively, appreciate diverse perspectives, and leverage collective strengths to achieve better outcomes. It fosters a sense of community and builds shared responsibility and mutual respect. Communication is clearly an offshoot of collaboration and is a skill that leads to critical thinking and creativity. It is this skill that enables individuals to share ideas, persuade others, solve conflicts, and build relationships. Being able to present ideas clearly and effectively across multiple formats and both in oral and written forms is therefore crucial for personal and professional success. You might at this point wonder as to why we need digital tools to develop the 4Cs. Haven't we all been developing these skills in our classroom even without the use of digital tools? It is here that we take a step back to examine the problems we face in our classroom when we try to facilitate students' competence in the 4Cs. We are presenting some problems most commonly faced while developing the 4Cs without technology used. The first C, critical thinking. The problem is students might need more time to analyze and reflect. The second C, creativity. The problem is some students might require time to come up with innovative ideas. Using paper, pen, colors, and posters is time consuming. The third C, collaboration. The problem is many students are shy to work with others. The fourth C, communication. The problem is students who are shy and who lack language competency may not want to speak in the classroom. Some students might need more time to come up with ideas to talk about. I'm sure you can think of more problems. Let us think of the digital resources mentioned in the previous chapters and see how these problems can be addressed when classes are supported by digital resources. We are listing a few problems. We are listing some of them below. The first C, critical thinking. The problem is students might need more time to analyze and reflect. The solution using digital resources may be allowing students to work on digital tasks gives them more time to think, analyze, and reflect. The second C, creativity. The problem, some students might require time to come up with innovative ideas. Using paper, pen, colors, and posters is time consuming. The solutions using digital resources may be it is easier to draw, erase, edit, and redesign when using digital tools. When tasks are shared, students can also learn from and or develop peers' ideas. The third C is collaboration. The problem is many students are shy to work with others, and the solution using digital resources is collaborating using digital tools gives a sense of anonymity. The fourth C is communication. The problem is students who are shy and who lack language competency may not want to speak in the classroom. Some students might need more time to come up with ideas to talk about. The solution using digital resources may be students are not compelled to speak immediately. They can listen to their peers' ideas or read additional information and speak when they feel they are ready. The most important thing we need to consider as teachers using technology tools and digital resources in the classroom is that we must consider the potential of technology for delivering specific language learning goals. The resources we use should be linked to course objectives and have a clear learning purpose. In addition, adopting the 4Cs is one way to ensure that digital tasks, tools, resources benefit our students with their language, personal, and professional development. Let us look at an example. We are familiar use of brainstorming activity as a pre-reading or warm-up activity. How do we deliver such tasks in the classroom? We ask the prompts or questions provided in the textbook, allows a few students to speak, and we move on. What if the brainstorming activity is moved to digital tools such as Padlet? Add the questions to a Padlet and share it with your students before the class. Ask anyone to respond to questions before the class. See the advantages. We are empowering students by allowing every student in the class to voice their opinion or ideas. And as teachers, we get to see what everyone thinks and knows. Let us look at another example. In one of the previous chapters, we read about creating e-content. How is using e-content different from using a course book? While reading a course book, we are catering only to students who learn best using verbal mode. These are learners who study best by reading and writing. However, there are also learners in any class who learn best through visual, pictures, images, etc., auditory, sound, and kinesthetic, hands-on modes. When developing e-content that employs multimedia, we are designing paths of learning for all learner types. Thank you.